In today's episode, that one time I got called out to a customer's house to show them how to use Craigslist Personals. Service call for tax day, user unable to install TurboTax in a panic got my knives sharpened. Black, white and green in a wire it yourself monitor. I work with this software, please believe what I say. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. That one time I got called out to a customer's house to show them how to use Craigslist Personals. So I just saw a post in another thread asking people who work in customers' homes what the weirdest thing they had seen was. The topic got me thinking, and I think I'll put the answer here instead. I'm currently a senior IT security engineer, but that's not how it started. About 10 years ago, I was working as a repair technician and would frequently go out to customers' homes and businesses. Normally pretty standard stuff. One day, I get thrown on the schedule for a call to a customer's house for a service we sold to train people how to use a computer. Pretty reasonably nice guy, probably in his late 70s. He invited me into the house. His wife is sitting on the chair, watching TV. Pretty zoned out. We get to the PC. It's custom, which I thought was off for someone asking for training. But then I sit down, and he tells me in almost rapid succession, I'm trying to figure out how to use the Craigslist to meet girls. Now, I texted my boss, told him what the dude asked me, and he just said as long as he doesn't get creepy, show him the page, bookmark it, show him how to get to it, collect our $200, and GTFOT. Honestly, it was exactly as awkward as one would think trying to explain how to hook up with hot local singles in your area using a web page most used to just sell stuff. This was also during a time when, from what I could see, they were all fake posts anyway. Nonetheless, I showed the guy how to get to the bookmark, got the cash, and got out. But man, did it make me crack the hell up to see that question, and be the first thing that came to mind. Sometimes you just have to share it with TFTS. Service call for tax day, user unable to install TurboTax in a panic got my knives sharpened. So it's one day till taxes are due, and I get called to go help this lady install TurboTax. It won't install, she says. Okay, I try to talk her through it, but she's like, "Gah. Just come over and do it. I need to file an extension now." She wasn't mean, but just freaking out due to fear of IRS. Okay. So her issue was that her DVD drive, if she had an actual install CD, didn't autoplay the install.exe, and she didn't know how to navigate to the disk and click the install. So I install it and she's super happy. It literally took me 10 minutes or something. She wants to pay me, but her husband has a knife sharpening business. I had him sharpen my 2 pocket knives I had with me, and man, they are sharp AF. Like scary sharp. He does all the chef knives in the area for the restaurants, etc. So good trade, I think. Good luck, lady. I told her I'd never used that software, but she should bring any questions she has about it and not bug me. On a weekend. Now I'm having a beer and weed, eating some brush, so no more calls. Cheers. Black, white and green in a wire it yourself monitor. The tale of the Kevin from you/tabs_killer reminded me of a small incident when the Vax crashed. This is back in the stone age of systems like the Vax 11/720. We were a facility where some of our team were working on a thing called a Sun terminal. It was a personal computer system with hella processing power. The computer was a rack of 5 16-inch square wire-wrapped boards in a card frame. The monitor was an open-frame graphics monitor. This was before the invention of the IEC C13 power cord, and the user was expected to connect their own power cord. It was a kid after all. One of the programmers was building a system and had a little problem. I learned about his problem when my terminal connection to the VAX terminated suddenly. I went to the data center to investigate and come across said programmer. He calls out to me, "Hey droid, you know about electrical things. The black wire in this power cord is ground, right?" Well, he had connected the serial port on the computer to a serial port on the VAX. Then connected the monitor cable between the monitor and the computer. Then plugged in this power cord with the black wire tied to the chassis. White was tied to the neutral input and green was tied to the line input. For those who don't know, the black wire is the line connection, 120 VAC here in the US. White is neutral and green is ground. The goal of the electrons on the line wire is to find the best path to ground. Usually this is via the neutral wire, which eventually ties to ground. If there is a chassis fault on a normal system where the chassis is tied to the green wire, then the breaker will trip, and you are protected from the electrons looking for ground through your body. In this case, the electrons went wild and found a ground path through the computer and into the serial port on the VAX. Lucky for us, it stopped there after the ground traces vaporized. In all this, it failed to trip the 20A breaker feeding his lab bench. He did have the smarts to pull the plug as soon as the sparks started flying and the magic smoke appeared. Those were the fun old days of computer support, where seeing magic smoke get released was a common thing. I work with this software, please believe what I say. I work for a software vendor. IT guy, your PC will not boot. Fix it. Me, those PCs were purchased by your facility. IT guy, okay, we'll need your vendor Windows image for it. Me, that image was created and is maintained by your facility. IT guy, okay, I'll ask somebody here. 2 weeks pass. Second IT guy, I was told to call you to get this PC imaged. Me, goes through same spiel. Second IT guy, okay, it will be done. 2 weeks of unanswered follow-up calls. Second IT guy, okay, PC is up and live. Me, awesome. Can I remote in and verify our software? Second IT guy, no, I tested it and it works. Me, we need to make sure it's configured. Second IT guy, I verified configuration. 2 weeks pass. Angry user, your software broke. Why haven't you fixed it yet?